She stuck right by my side through everything, and I mean first drafts, storylines that weren't even good but she still wanted more. I actually made her a character in my book as my own little way to say thank you. Her name is Tremaine, and I could not imagine me standing here without her love for my story. The other person is a writer himself. Though he always says to me he likes a backspace bar more than writing words, he read my book when it was raw and not outlined in a carousel of messy writing. But again, he craved for more, and his name is Zaston. I will not be standing up here today with a complete copy of my book, something that will stay in this world forever for my children to read, my grandchildren to read to theirs. And I would not be standing here today saying that I got a chance to be on TV too, telling people about my book, if it weren't for them. They got me excited, made me believe a little in myself. So I took the plunge and decided that I would make an actual book out of it. And I did. Sitting right there on that little table over there. 455 pages, 97,000 words, 1 year and 7 months in the making because of 2 people who grew hungry for my words. I cannot thank them enough. The dedication in my book isn't to a specific person. Not my mum, my brother, my sister or my dad. Not the people who believed in my journey from day one or the people who didn't. I dedicated my book to the lost and prayed that they would find their way home. Because if anyone knows what it feels like to be lost, it's me. Sometimes home may not be the house you live in, where you make your bed every morning and lay your head to rest. Sometimes it may not be in the people that surround you or the ones you love. Maybe, just maybe, it's in yourself. I found my own piece of paradise in my words. I found a grounding with each sentence I wrote, and that is everything because nobody can take it away from me. There's beauty in being lost. It's an unwanted journey, an unpaved road, an unrequited adventure. There's a lesson flourishing with every step you take. Whatever it is, it's the universe telling you there's something coming up and you need to be ready for it. This is what Where Creatures Hide is about. It's not just a novel, but a subliminal message, whispering that everything will be okay no matter how dark the road may seem. It will all make sense in the end. I want to take a little time to explain a character in my book and the depth of who they are. And that character is called a puppet soul. I want to explain why this character lives in each and every one of us. It's not just a fictional being. It was inspired by true darkness. A puppet soul in the story is the darkest part of a creature's mind, the part that tells you you're not good enough. That little voice that can break you if you listen. They're dangerous because they're numb beings that will kill for pleasure, even if it means themselves. Now, what I mean here is that when you give in to your dark thoughts, you forget about everything around you. Your family, your friends, the people who love you, the people who matter most. You don't see them. All you see is a shadowy haze of darkness and nothing else. The sun doesn't shine, rain pours thicker than it has ever before, but you don't care because you're falling. Falling into that endless, bottomless pit of ebony nights. You're not scared because everything you see means nothing. Everything you hear means nothing. And the people who call your name mean nothing. I've fallen into this pit before. I felt numb. I felt wanted by my dark thoughts and distant from the light. Which is why I explain falling into your puppet soul like ecstasy. You crave for silence, bliss, happiness, and you think the only way you're going to get it is if you truly allow it to overcome you. Even if it means hurting the people around you and yourself. The scene where Dawn is speaking to her puppet soul, when she says, I've always had a choice, you have a choice too. You're an expression of me, a voice in my head, a whisper in my ear, and a visitor in my dreams. You're a part of me, you are me, and you don't have to be scared anymore. We can do this. Because I realised you can't hurt me, was what I said to mine. Because I realised that no matter how much someone tried to pull me from falling, the only person who could do it was me. I had to banish those thoughts. I had to constantly remind myself who I was and what I controlled. Which brings me to my next line. I'm so sorry, it'll be over soon. When Alex falls into his puppet soul, he has to remind himself where he comes from and who he is, just to pull himself out of darkness. There have been many occasions where I've had to remind myself that I come from a line of strong women. I am the granddaughter of Moilaka Henipare, a fierce, stubborn, kind woman who can knock a man to his feet with the back of her hand. And my mother, I am the daughter of a woman who banishes darkness and heals what is broken, even if it's not hers to heal. And if that's not courage and strength, then I don't know what is. So I beg you, the next time your puppet soul rises, you tell that bastard to sit the hell down and shut the hell up. That you don't need them, that you won't listen, that you own them. Remind them that you are the light and they are the dark. Remind yourself that you are important and you are to love and be loved. Because in the end, you are the only person who can pull you from that well. And when you reach the top, you'll wonder why you even fell to begin with. Here's my speech. I worked so hard on that, guys. So